I'm gonna use this fabric today. It feels like plastic. I was just pretending I had a better use for it, and turns out this is a better use. And yes, this fabric is from Joanne before corporate say, you know what? Let's disappear. So at this point I can say this is vintage. I made a sample first, just to avoid emotional damage. And as you can see, it opens and closes very easily, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Cute, but also functional. I'm going to start by drawing a 16 inches diameter circle. To do that, first I draw a straight line, 16 inches, and then I'm going to find the center at 8 inches. And then from there, I'm gonna create basically my own compass. I'm gonna move my ruler around, marking points after points, and always I'll be anchored at the center. Is this fast? But it works. Of course, you can use other ways, like like a little piece of thread from the center, or a compass if you have, or you can use a tray, an empty tray. Now we are gonna do a flap. I just mark it here just to be sure. But for marking the flap, what you are gonna do, you are gonna make a rectangle, and then you are gonna divide it by the center in half, and you are just gonna do one side only, so you can cut it and then you can mirror. That way it keeps everything symmetrical. And next I'm gonna make a smaller circle, and I found this one. This is 7 inches. I think 7 inches is good. I would say from 6 to 8 is good. So now we will have most of our pattern ready, and there's one more detail coming later, but I like to keep a little bit of suspense. Okay, now is the time to cut. Like I said before, fabric is a little plasticky, which means it behaves when it wants to. I'm gonna use felt for cutting the small circle. And for the flap, we are recycling. One side we are gonna make it from this old pair of jeans, and we are gonna make the other side with the main fabric. Reuse, reduce, recycle. Now we need to create a casing, and for this I'm gonna cut a bias strip. I'm gonna use this lining because it's soft and it's the same color as the little circles. So I'm preparing now a continuous bias, but I made a video about it, so you can take a look. Honestly, for this project, it would have been better if you do just one long strip, but I need some more bias for something else. Now that I have all my pieces cut, we have a very important task, finding the right thread. Today I'm gonna use two threads, a jeans thread and a regular one, both in the same color. I'm gonna start by sewing the felt onto the circle. Did I measure it perfectly? No, but I could say that it might look nicer if you do. So do what I said, not as I do. Now let's divide this circle by 2, not because I love math, but because I need guides to place those cases evenly. I'm gonna take my bias strip and I'm gonna cut 2 pieces that will be the size of half of the circle, each one, and a little bit bigger because we wanna finish those. And I'm gonna fold that bias strip and press it. That way it will be way easier to sew it. I press finish one side, but the other side I didn't because I don't know what will be the length. Today I am not in a measuring mood. I'm gonna go back to my sewing machine and I'm gonna finish the edge in one side, and then I'm gonna sew the bias close before I sew it to the circle. Why? Because that way it doesn't move as much. It doesn't slip that much. Then I'm gonna go to my circle and I'm gonna make sure to pin all around. That way it will be easier to sew. And I'm gonna sew until I am almost reaching the edge. And when I say the edge, I mean half of the circle. And then I'm gonna cut the excess of bias. And I'm gonna finish the other edge as I finish the first one. And I'm gonna finish sewing that bias. And this is what I have until now. I'm gonna repeat and I'm gonna sew the second side as well. These kind of bags were so popular back in the 70s. Now that I have my two sides sewn, I'm gonna take the other circle and I'm gonna sandwich everything. Aligning the grain of the fabric here, it will make a difference. And I'm gonna sew all around. Of course, you want to leave a little bit without sewing so you can turn. And if you like, you could have sewn the flap first, so it's cleaning the other side, but I prefer to sew the flap all over so everything is sewn together. When I finish, I'm gonna just turn and I'm gonna make a top stitch all around to reinforce, and at the same time it will close the little bit that I left open. Now I'm gonna have a little bit of fun and I'm gonna stitch the felt of the circle, and I'm gonna just go like it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? But if you want, you can just mark everything before sewing, and that way you will have a way nicer finish. Anyways, this is mine and I think it's looking good. Now is the time for the flap. For the flap, I'm gonna place the two fabric together with the right sides together, and I'm gonna sew all around, except of course for one side. And I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna go to my ironing board and I'm gonna iron it. Now I'm gonna go back to my sewing machine, but this time I'm using the jeans thread to do a top stitch. Of course, the jeans thread will look better, and I'm gonna make sure to make a second stitch so it will look more like a jeanish, right? Now that my flap is done, I'm gonna sew it to my back, and for that I'm gonna kind of measure where I need it. So I'm folding my circles like that just to have an idea. And as you can see, I measure it this way and I'm marking exactly where I need it. And I want to do like a kind of French seam, so I need to know where those marks will be. And I'm gonna go to my sewing machine. What I do, I'm gonna stitch first in the right side and then I'm gonna cut the excess of material. I don't wanna leave too much seam allowance there. And then I'm gonna flop it to the other side and then I'm gonna stitch it on top. You make sure to cut very well that seam allowance and leave it small, so when you sew the other side it will be okay. Now we're gonna work with the handles, and for that we are gonna cut a rectangle of 12 inches by 3 inches and a half. I'm gonna show you my lazy method to sew triangular corners. Okay, I'm gonna fold my fabric by the center lengthwise and I'm gonna stitch all around, and of course we are gonna leave a small opening so we can turn. After I sew, if you like, cut the excess of seam allowance at the corner part. That way it's not so bulky. But look at that. See, I'm gonna kind of spread my strap, and when I do that, immediately, see, I create a corner. So because I have this that way, I'm gonna just stitch this part like straight. And I'm gonna cut. See what I have? It looks like a dog I'm gonna cut one of those, the one with the seam allowance, and I'm gonna leave the other one. And I'm gonna do exactly that at the other side. And then I'm gonna turn that, and as you can see, very nice strap. And you can close by hand that little part that you left open. Then I'm gonna go back to my ironing board and I'm gonna press it before I go back to my sewing machine, and then I'm gonna go and do top stitch all around. Always double stitch with jeans, right? And this is my strap. As you can see, it's looking good, huh? And I'm gonna just put it on my back. As you can see, I push a little bit the end so it takes the shape of a handle. And this time I am measuring to make sure that it's all in the center. Now is the time to choose the elastic. I have a few different ones. I think after all, I'm gonna use this black because it's so soft and nice and rounded that it will look really good. I make sure to cut enough, like I'm gonna make sure to cut 2 pieces that are a little bit longer than the diameter, because this is how you make sure that the mechanism will work. And how I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna insert one in one side like that, and then I'm gonna use a cord lock, you see, because that will work as my elastic stopper. See, I'm gonna insert it in both sides. This little toggle will help me to adjust and hold the elastic in place. Now I'm gonna make a little knot at the end, but probably I'm leaving that too long. Probably would have been better if I cut it a little bit more, but it's okay. I'm gonna do now exactly the same at the other side. You see, I'm gonna insert it the other way. I'm gonna put another cord lock at the other side, and pretty much my back is done. Let me show you how it works. I'm pulling the elastic at the maximum, and you see it folded in a way that instead of a circle, now I have a little back. See? It's cute, huh? So let's say you are in a trip and you have all your makeup there, but you want to see everything that is inside. You just open it. I'm gonna use a little bit of my own makeup so I can show you better. So you are in the trip, you put a snap, it's all closed, and then I know that the elastic are too long, I'm gonna cut them later, but so you open and then you just pull and you have everything in there, and then you can look, you don't lose anything because everything is in there all the time. I'm gonna just cut that, and then when you finish, you just have to close that back, and that's it. And then you tighten it, and then you do a nice bow, and you have your back. Nice, huh? Then from now you can do a little things for decoration. For example, I'm gonna use the belt loop of the pants to add the strap so it looks a little bit more jeanish and upcycle. And I'm gonna put a snap just because it's easier, but it will look really nice if you put like a jeans buttonhole. As you can see, I put that snap. And this is my bag. It's working perfectly well. And if you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like, give us a hype, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and keep watching more YouTube videos. Bye!